It's an area talked about a lot around the sport of football. That's concussions and how to prevent them. And Zach, we've been talking to these coaches about what they're doing to make the sport safer. What's your takeaway from all of this?
And Kayla, we've learned that the sport, well, it's been the safest it's actually ever been. And contrary to popular belief, football is not the leading sport for concussions, but there's still a risk. However, new advancements in technology continue to make the game safer.
When I was in school, when I was playing football, it was always use your head as a ability to trip up kids, you know, and I have neck problems out the wazoo, you know, like I wake up with a sore neck, I go to bed with a sore neck.
High school coaches across the country are all taking in top consideration how to make the game safer for their athletes. After all, the Brain Injury Research Institute reports that 20% of high school football players will sustain a brain injury. According to Newman Catholic head coach Rich McCardle, concussion prevention begins with the basics.
First of all, it's teaching the proper form when tackling. We are teaching to totally different from the old days where you led with your face, you know, see what you hit what you see. We don't do that anymore. We try to keep the head out of the tackle as much as possible, and hopefully that'll alleviate 90–95% of concussions.
Clear Lake head coach Jared DeVries has seen the game at every level throughout his playing and coaching career, and says the equipment and rules continue to change in order to benefit the game.
Obviously, with some of the rule changes, you know, the crackback blocks, obviously the equipment continues to be upgraded. You know, the game has never been safer, and to be honest, we don't have a lot of contact here in practice. You know, we limit our contact basically game nights.
Well, thank you, Zach, and all the coaches that we talked to agreed that it's all about the proper technique. Well, let's dive back into previewing more of our area teams. 2018 was definitely odd. Clear Lake didn't make the playoffs, and Chatfield lost 14 seniors. We'll see them next, but the Northwood Kensett Vikings had an outstanding start to the year.
Well, last year we made it to the first round and lost, and that's kind of where we want to go again, but we want to surplus that. We want to exceed that.
In 2018, the Vikings seemed unstoppable until a run-in with Rockford prior to districts, losing their last two games.
That's just one of those things. Play hard no matter what, and occasionally you come up short.
This season, the Vikings return a group of first-team all-district players. They'll attempt to take it a step farther, taking things up a notch in practice.
We got to play physical football. That's kind of, you know, where we're at with it. You know, it's taken us a few years to kind of figure out some of this 8-man ball and what works best for us, and getting our kids on the same page. And we feel like the last few years we're getting there. So.
I think last year we had a really talented team, and at times we just didn't focus. And I know if we focus each week, each rep in practice, that I think we have a good shot at improving.
The Clear Lake Lions are coming off a season that no one saw the end to. With a 7-2 record, the IHSAA didn't see the Lions fit for the playoffs. With speed and veteran leadership on their side, the Lions are looking to prevent any mishaps this season.
I'd say we kind of go in with a chip on our shoulder, I'd say. Definitely want to win the district first, but obviously take it one game at a time and just one win at a time, so we'll take it week by week.
In the eyes of Coach DeVries, if this team works hard on the practice field, the opportunities are endless.
Well, if they come with the right mindset every day, each play, the sky's the limit for this team. You know, we have a lot of team speed, and we have some veteran guys, and the leadership has been fantastic. So, you know, they just got to put in the work.
You're gonna expect to see a bunch of hardworking guys, hopefully a winning season.
Winning hasn't been a problem for the Gophers. Chatfield plays in a loaded section with Dover Yoda, St. Charles, and Caledonia, a 5-time defending state champion who holds the nation's longest winning streak at 54 games. Head coach Jeff Johnson knows how competitive 2019 will be.
We need to show up and play hard every night because there's some big schools that we're going to end up going against, and our kids they're ready for it.
The Gophers open up against Plainview Elgin Millville. A key strength for the team is in the offensive and defensive lines, which returns a bulk of starters. They know that the games are won in the trenches.
Some hard-hitting football. We're just gonna play physical. That's what we do best.
A couple of rivals in Mitchell County are hoping to head back to the playoffs.
Plus, it's another grueling schedule for the Century Panthers. We'll check in with head coach John Vick's squad after the break.